So the coaches and spectators sitting in the umpire launch to follow their crews down. It's the best way to watch it. Prime position there. They're not allowed to gesture or call from the boat, however. The crew will be disqualified if we see that happening. Good start there from the Norwegians. They really blasted out of the blocks here. Very high stroke rate. As they're drifting across into the middle, they're going to have to watch their steering. We've seen a few crews that have struggled with the breeze or the stream. They're coming past Temple Island, but they're straightening them up and back into their station on the right-hand side.
The Norwegian 2 girl, you can see her here, see her on the back. Hannah Galish in Torge. She actually studied at Edinburgh University, so she said she's used to these English rivers, used to steering down them. See if she can be used to steering alongside these booms today.
It's interesting there, the Norwegians really blasted out. They got an early lead, but it looks like this Australian crew is perhaps starting to just draw back level with them. They're a little more patient out of the blocks. It's pretty well locked together here at this very early stage of the race.
Do you know what I really like from this side view? It's a great shot to see the patience this Norwegian crew have through the water. There, and grip the boat. They're actually picking up the boat. And I want to see any young scullers watching this. You don't just fly through the water when you're rowing. It's not just a case of whizzing through as fast as you can. You see that moment of poise when they've got hold and grip to the boat. Really good shot of that there. There. Nice sculling from Norwegians.
And we always spoke about it as levering the boat past the point where you're placing the oar into the water. So it's not so much about, like you say, ripping the oar through the water as quickly as you can, but you're actually thinking about the mechanics of what you're doing, placing the blade in at the front and levering the boat past it, making sure to be patient and not have that ripping and tearing through the water, which is just costly.
Ideally, like I say, we want to row on concrete, so you can just slot that oar in, move yourself past. But unfortunately, it's water. It's fluid. Got to create that wall of water. Doing that very nicely there, but I don't know what this Aussie crew from Edinburgh University have stuck with them. Very early stages, 3/4 of the length. Buckingham Station, the left-hand side of your screen as you see it now. Distinctive Norwegian red blades. And anything can happen in these crew boats. They're rowing in quads, a punchy boat, it's a fast-moving boat. You see a quick change of speed in them. Actually, they've only come through the barrier, so they've done the first kind of 500 metres. This is the start of the race. Settling in through the middle of this section now. Who's got the better race pace? Who's going to slow down the least in rowing, really? That's what happens during the middle of the race.
Both crews on a pretty similar rating here, about 36 strokes a minute. Really locked together, the Norwegians with just an ever so slight advantage, maybe 3/4 of a length to the Australian and Edinburgh crew on the right hand side of the screen.
They could get warned in a minute, Sarah. They look very close to the middle of this course. Keep as straight as possible. There you go, you see them moving back, slight alteration there of the rudder. Could cost them a little bit. I wonder if this Australian crew can have a little look over and see this steering correction. Maybe take advantage of that.
It does look like it's had a little bit of an effect, rowing a little bit more distance in order to get themselves straight, but you can see the gust on the water there. It is starting to pick up. It's patchy down the course. Looking very close between these two crews. It's hard to split them from this angle.
On the left of the screen, the bow girl, Mariana Madsen, 2 Hannah Galashintore, Anna Stura in the 3 seat, stroked by Inga Kavil. Nice sculling from these guys still. Kept their cool there, a bit of alteration with the steering, kept their cool and kept this length distance. That's not comfortable though, they've still got good 750 metres of the race to go. This other crew on the far side, Edinburgh University, Sydney University, they can keep in touch.
Christiania Roklub from Norway with about a length over Sydney University, Capital Lakes and Edinburgh University on the right-hand side of your screen. In the middle of the boat from Sydney University Boat Club, Fiona Ewing and Karina Simpson. Both of them only started rowing 4 years ago. Fiona was in the under-23 Women's 8 back in 2016, and she is a member of the Australian National Training Centre in Penrith, the Georgina Hope Reinhardt National Training Centre.
So what aspirations are these Australian girls going to have? What are they aiming for? You think they make the 2020 kind of era, or are they looking for the next games after that, Paris in 2024? Are they looking in that kind of range?
Look, certainly the three Australians in the front of this boat, I think, would have their eyes firmly at this stage on Tokyo 2020. That's where they would see the opportunity, just on the cusp of the team at this stage, but also obviously with their age, only 24 years of age, Fiona, 23 for Karina. There would be certainly that opportunity for 2024 as well. So definitely part of a developing women's squad in the Australian Training Centre at the moment.
And they get this distance down to a length. I feel this Norwegian crew is not going to let them back, but that's pretty good margin at the moment.
For a scratch combination, I think they've done a great job. They're just struggling a little bit with their steering here. The Australian and Edinburgh crew will need to move back onto the left-hand side. You don't want to be rowing in the dirty water. The umpire is warning the Norwegian crew to move back over to their station. You can see the flag raised for the umpire, gesturing for the Norwegian crew to move over. But as we come down towards the enclosures, I think that lead is probably just a little bit too commanding at this stage for the Australians to have any chance of getting back onto terms.
Yeah, it looks like they're broken a bit, got a bit of clear water. They don't need to move to the middle of the river here. They can just keep calm, keep down their section, keep on that Buckinghamshire station, knowing they've got the final tomorrow. They've done the job for today.
A nice row there from the Christiania Roklub from Norway crew. Come down to the line in the Princess Grace Challenge Cup, defeating the composite crew from Australia and Edinburgh University. So the three-seat Anna Stur from the Norwegian crew there, slapping the back of the stroke woman. Delighted to be through to tomorrow's race.